Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I guess the question's still out there. I guess where have we strayed? How bad is it now from our founding fathers? Now, obviously, we're not talking about a revolutionary war here, but we are talking some of the ideals and some of the thoughts that they might have had there. How we can apply that today to what? To healthcare, to education, to the whatever that might be. So how do we do that?
I believe it's all across the board. They believed in limited government. They believed in promoting the free enterprise system, keeping taxes down. I remember when I was on a basketball team and we played very poorly, and the coach called us into the locker room at the beginning of the next practice, and he said, "Gentlemen, this is a basketball. We're going to start on the foundational principles, the basics." And in some respects, our government has drifted. As citizens, we've been just kind of watching and observing, and this is the opportunity to really refresh our minds on what the core beliefs of the founders, what made our country great, and how we can continue to live that out. Government really exists to secure the rights, and you think about the key rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and when a government starts adding additional rights and has its goal to continue to expand and grow, then we as citizens lose out on the freedoms that we so treasure. So I think it's getting back to the basics, studying the core role of what government should be about, and then engaging leaders, engaging our neighbors, our friends, and talking about that, and trying to build a consensus towards a sustainable future. It's right now we're mounds of debt on our federal government. We're indebted to China. We're in the scriptures it says the borrower is slave to the lender, and you can apply that in Michigan where we have a deficit and where people are leaving. If we can get government to its proper role and perspective, I believe Michigan is such an attractive state that people will want to stay here, people will want to invest here, grow, and raise their family. So I'm very optimistic that we can turn this around, but it's going to take all of us working together and having that same kind of commitment that our founders had.
Do you think that, when our you talk about the Revolutionary War and America being born, that was absolutely, a turning point. Absolutely. Do you see somewhat of a turning point, or the hope is to have a turning point right now? So when we look back at today in history, that boy, oh boy, good thing we did this, or what is your hope for this turning point now?
Well, our country and our government is based on the consent of the governed, and that means the people are in charge. And I think as people recognize that they have an opportunity to shape the future of their state government, federal government, and weigh in, do it in an informed way, I am very optimistic. And I think that it comes from core values, core beliefs, and then acting on those in a responsible way. And we have that privilege here in Michigan, and we have the opportunity to lead our state back to prosperity.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a very interesting discussion. Are you going to have a little bit of question answer, a little bit of discussion as you go after the speech?
We sure are, and that's what I'm most excited about, to hear from others and to have that dialogue where we can exchange ideas and talk about building on the future.
John Moolenaar, again, the Otsego County Republican Party welcoming John Moolenaar as the featured speaker Tuesday, March 23rd, 6 p.m. at Marsh Ridge Resorts. And everybody's invited, Republican, Democrat, whoever you are, you're invited to this thing. And, John, we appreciate you being on the show with us. Anything else that you want to say before we let you get out of here?
No, I appreciate the opportunity. I think Michigan and our country can have a bright future, and this is really an opportunity to re-engage with the core beliefs and values that made our country great, and we have an opportunity to lead into the future.
Thank you, Mr. Moolenaar.